Aliens and Earthlings is me, Kutsky, the space pimp, checking in as part two of the previous overcaring. I was debating the whole spiritual community guidelines of cutting out toxic people. It's something I struggle with. I hate the idea. Um, and I went and did the idea, the practice, put the practice into motion. And it's been a couple days since. And since I've done nothing but worry about it, so that's been going chill. Chill as fuck. And still not too sold on the idea. Sometimes I wonder if these people who, advocate for cutting out toxic people, if they just live in these like big cities where like humans are disposable. To me, I'm not from a big city. So I cut somebody out. It's like it trickles down the pipeline. Now you can say, oh well, just don't fucking worry about what the naysayers or, if they don't understand, then just ask some fucking insert like shitty quote here, like the lion doesn't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. Like all this shit is very diminishing to the essence of a person. Now, if it isn't, then that means that some people are just fucking scum and you got to do away with them. I really hate that. I really, really hate that. I want to love everybody, and in a secret little way, I always do anyways. So fuck you and your spiritual concepts or goddamn toxic people. But right now I'm in experiment mode, I guess. There's some ideas that have come to mind that I have felt good about the decision. And if I how to tell this story, I guess I just tell the truth. So here's what I will tell you. Obviously, I'm not naming any names, but I had a wife. She passed away. She's a lovely, lovely lady. I can name her name, Sexy Wifey. So, of course, dramatic, tragic. It was a heart attack out of the blue. I jokingly tell people she died of hunger because she called me, asked me if I could go get her some chicken wings, and I went and I did, and I came home and she was fucking dead. So I should have stepped on it. Anyways, that's me being funny because you gotta be able to laugh about it to be able to heal. So that's a whole thing in itself. However, the person in question, the quote-unquote toxic person that I cut out of my life, so to speak, he was a long time friend, and love him still dearly. I guess even in all this, like, cutting out toxic people, I guess it doesn't mean that you hate them. I don't know, some people could take that sort of bend, whatever. You got the free will to do whatever you please. Live it up. I don't hate him. I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much to the point that it's basically just like it's fucking with me. And so on good days or like good weeks, good chapters in time, it's like there's kind of a balance where I don't really take it to heart too much. But I always take some of it to heart. One of these people, I don't know if you've ever met a person where you just cannot figure them out. This is very rare for me. I'm a savant when it comes to figuring people out. I'm just fucking bullshitting here. Like, you got intuitions, you can figure shit out, you read people, whatever. So you don't always have to do this. But anyways, for me, most people, it's not that complicated. I'm not saying I'm complicated either. Fucking sitting here in a pink robe smoking a cigarette. I'm a space pimp. No further questions, Your Honor. Anyways, I For the life of me, I have no fucking clue what the bug is that's up his ass, but there is one. And I've tried to summarize at different times, tried to pull some sort of fucking deep, dark, like nefarious, traumatic event from his past that, arcs his behavior into the way I see it in the modern day. I fucking know. Any of these theories, they don't fucking stick. It's aggravating. It's almost addicting, too, in a way. It's like, I'm fucking, if I can crack everybody else and I meet a case I can't crack, of course I'm going to fucking obsess over it. That's my nature, at least. Anyways, you may share that vibe or not, but to no avail has my sleuthing, churned up any answers on why he is the way he is. The thing that I'm kind of dawning on here in the, very fresh aftermath of quote unquote cutting him out is that he never ever puts anybody but himself first. And the irony is, like, some of these spiritual fucks be dripping at that kind of skill, always value yourself, all the self-worth, blah blah blah. I don't think the man has much self-worth to begin with, so maybe it's like just dire survival necessity that he always puts himself first. But like, if I want to go somewhere that he doesn't want to go, and it's like, yo, you want to come with me? And it's like, you just know. And it's like, dude, I would go somewhere for you if you wanted to fucking go somewhere that I didn't like. Like, it'd have to be a pretty fucked spot for me to say no. But I guess this is just my own nature, and I'm expecting him to be like me, or at least reciprocate the courtesy I afford him, And so this is where I'm getting burnt out. It's like, motherfucker, you don't even do that. Like, come on. Anyways, that's what I'm mad about. However, loop this back to my wife passing, and in thinking about him, and thinking that, and this is like fucking large metrics of life here. So I meet my wife. Not long after I meet her, he meets her friend, and then they become a couple. So we both become a couple around the same time. And so this is pretty convenient. We go on double dates. This is, like I said, my best friend in the sense that I'd spent a lot of time with this guy, and it's like my mustache is longer on this side. Anyways, I just shaved, but apparently not well enough. Anyways, he meets his girl, I meet my girl, we get to go on double dates. Everything's good and well. My wife passes it'll be coming on 2 years in April. But anyways, his girl dumps him here a little while ago, a few months, not much more than 2 maybe. Anyways, and this is the other thing, the man's just constantly miserable. It's always like, it's like an Eeyore embodying a person. Like, you never meet anybody who's known this guy who is like, oh, yeah, fucking, what a peachy, uplifting soul. Never been said about him once. I see the gold in him. I see the gold in everybody. So, is that saying much, or was that saying? I don't know. I choose to disregard all of what anybody says about him and just see the good. I'm addicted to being in the abusive relationship, so to speak. Recovering abuse victim here. I don't even feel that way, but I just do feel fucking tired of shit. Anyways, long drawn out way to get to say that I thought about if he didn't meet a girl when I met my girl, and how the dynamic would be if I had my wife and he had nobody. And I thought, pretty blessed for the convenience that he met a lady the same time I met a lady, and so that both gave us, like, it wasn't like I was abandoning him or something. Like, we both had this new thing to do in our life, and it was this grand sort of mutual sharing. And I wondered maybe if I wouldn't have gotten to have some of the moments I had with my wife if I would have been feeling like, oh, I gotta go hang out with him because, he doesn't get to hang out with a lot of people. It should sound fucked, but my heart's bigger than this sounding fucked, I think that it's a good thing to care for people and, to see the good in them and see past, and then to put somebody other than yourself first, at least every once in a while. This is a good behavior. I don't think this is a negative skill. Um, it can open you up to negative experiences, and that's solely due to the fact that not all of us are working on healing ourselves and becoming the best versions of ourselves. I say that sarcastically, but it's a good fucking thing to do, to work towards being the best version of yourself. Anyways, a little moment today when I had this kind of mini epiphany of like, man, maybe it was the best that he got a girl at the same time I got a girl, because that alleviated stress that I may have had he not had one. So it's something I was thankful for. As something I'm thankful for that I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, it's theoretical, because we don't know. It went the way it went, so that was how it was. So I don't really know that it ever could have been any other way. But had it been the other way, then I'm very thankful that it went the way that it did. So this is cool, being fucking thankful for things that may not even exist. That's some high level spirituality. Fucking transcended into showing gratitude for fucking non-existent things. Put me atop the class there, fucking Dumbledore. Anyways, so that's kind of my update with it. I feel fucked when I think about it. I worry about them. I don't want to worry. The ideal is that this triggers something in them that helps them unfold into the best version of himself. That's the situation ideal. That's the one I'm throwing my tokens towards, betting on. Of course, I just don't know that that's the outcome until there's an outcome. So, don't know. But in the meantime, I assume things will continue to unfold like this, and this sort of split mind on it, just being thankful and then being worried. So here's a more transparent look into what it is like cutting out quote unquote toxic people. At least this has been my experience with it, of because I can tell you, I mentioned in the other video, it's not something that intimidated me. I've done it before. However, the mentality that I did it before, I did to him and many of my friends. I just cut out everybody. Thought everybody was dragging me down, and I needed to fucking let go and go flap my wings. And I did, and came back and kind of just wish I hadn't ditched everybody. And thankfully, everybody forgave me, and that taught me something beautiful about people, that they can just forgive. Because in my mind at that time, the first time I cut people out, there was no forgiveness on my end. I was like, I'm fucking done. Fuck you. Fuck all y'all. It's over. And that's how I went about it. And then I wound up leaving the town where I lived in BC for a little while. More or less did nothing out there. Drank a lot and drove a lot of cars. Sometimes with it once. Bad boy, Caleb. Anyways, never did that, Your Honor. You can't prove it, though they probably did. Anyways, that's the real deal spiel. I did get to see a lot of the province, and I had good memories out there too. Life is never all bad. But I came home and just, kind of like, fuck did I even do? And reached out to friends I had, excommunicated, and they were all happy to see me, hear from me, and we're all friends again now. So I'm super thankful for that, and again, taught me a beautiful lesson about forgiveness, and I couldn't be more appreciative of those friends not holding my past transgressions against me. And so this is where it gets complicatedly fucked now, here cutting out somebody because I'm holding their transgressions against them. holding their perpetual transgression against them. However, what do you say if somebody just is that way? I always say, like, if you get mad at a fish because it can't fly, like, you're the idiot, because it's not like, it's not the fish's fault it can't fly, it just only knows how to swim. And this guy has been this way since I've known him, and I feel a bit like, he's a fish. I'm mad they can't fly. Like, fucking fuck me. And maybe all this is just me justifying his behavior when he could fucking switch it up and do better. I don't know what's fair in this. I really find this an ethically sticky dilemma. So if y'all have experience or any thoughts on what to do about this, and really I don't know, the proverbial profound answer, is it is it ethical? Is it something that is truly necessary? Is it correct? Are you just putting yourself over them? What the fuck is it? So that's the update. Till next one. Peace. Love you all. Bye.